have a story from a lady, and she says, "My dear Bussy." Ha, I like when people call me my dear Bussy. It makes me feel like that. We are family. She said, "My husband is 10 years older than me, and I was groomed to be his wife because he was 24 when he first saw me and told his parents that he would marry me. Immediately after secondary school, my parents, who were not too well to do, got me married to him. His mother advised him that I should have my babies before going to school. When I was about to resume, my brother-in-law brought Gladys from the village to help. Fast forward to some years, I had to follow my children abroad. One of my friends called me one day to ask why Gladys was still staying in my house when she was married. Gladys had taken over my house. I had a baby boy for my husband and had the support of my mother-in-law. Hello, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bussy David, and this is Life Stories with Bussy. Okay, I just want to say thank you once again for always commenting, for subscribing, for sharing our videos with people, for sharing our links on your WhatsApp status, for referring us to a lot of people, for all your comments and all. I really do appreciate that. If this is your first time of stumbling on our page, this is Life Stories with Bussy. This is where we tell the real stories of real people just like you and me. And people tell their stories because sometimes people want to share their experience with us, and that experience is the best teacher. Some also share their story because they want counsel and all. And let me also say here that if after you share your story you feel that you need a professional help, you need a therapist, you need a counselor, maybe you need a legal representation for something, just know that we got you. We'll help you to get people in our circle to talk to you, to counsel you, or whatever professional help that you need. Okay, so today I have a story from a lady, and she says, "My dear Bussy." Ha, I like when people call me my dear Bussy. It makes me feel like that. We are family. Yeah, we are family. Says, "I greet you, and I thank you for helping people speak out. Most people don't know who to talk to most of the time. Some people just need to rant, and they would have let out years of pent-up frustration. I have been through. Life happened to me, but I thank God who has brought me out." She said, "My husband is 10 years older than me, and I was groomed to be his wife because he was 24 when he first saw me and told his parents that he would marry me." That means that you were 14. Wow. Immediately after secondary school, my parents, who were not too well to do, got me married to him. I was 18 then. They agreed that my husband would train me and bring me to Lagos. His mother advised him that I should have my babies before going to school. And when I had the babies, I had to wait for them to grow before going to school. I have 3 beautiful girls, ladies now, I must say. I finally went to Polytechnic about 10 years after. When I was about to resume, my brother-in-law brought Gladys from the village to help. When I hear things like Gladys. She was about 16 at that time. I was happy because it meant I had help for my children when I was in school. I tried to be a big sister to Gladys. I treated her well, and we were one big family of girls. I encouraged my husband to send her to school when I was done with my own education. My husband is quite wealthy, and he told me from the beginning that education was just formality. I wasn't going to be working. Fast forward to some years, I had to follow my children abroad. As Obi said, he wanted them to have the education that he didn't have. He sent us to Canada. I left him with his mother and Gladys. The plan was for us to always come home during the holidays to visit, or he would visit us. I hadn't gone for more than a year when one of my friends called me one day to ask why Gladys was still staying in my house when she was married. I didn't understand what she meant. As far as I knew, Gladys was single. I knew she had a boyfriend, but no one had said anything about marriage. She told me Gladys was pregnant and was always seen driving my car. Sincerely, I didn't even know Gladys knew how to drive. I called Gladys and she didn't pick. I called my husband and asked if everything was okay. He said yes. I asked for Gladys. He said he left her at home with Mama. I asked if Gladys was pregnant. He asked where I heard such stories from. I told him my source. He said he would confirm if she was because he had not looked closely at her. He then said I should focus on the children and leave rumor mongers alone. He said that my particular friend, Mama Nkechi, would peddle lies as rumors since she was always wanting to beg me for money. He was right. Mama Nkechi always called me for one financial assistance or other. So he said he would come visit us the week after. Some days later, I was able to speak to Gladys and she confirmed she was pregnant. She said her new boyfriend, who I didn't know, was responsible. I chided her for getting pregnant out of wedlock. I asked her what her plans were. She said that the guy was in Belgium and would come on to do a quiet knocking on the door ceremony since she was already pregnant, and a proper ceremony when she had the baby. I prayed with her. Till then, she said she had begged my husband to continue to stay till her boyfriend came home. I said it was okay. My husband came to Canada as he promised the week after. When I mentioned about us coming to Nigeria during summer, he said he had plans for all of us to visit China and Malaysia for summer. The children were excited and I was too. Mama Nkechi called a couple of times requesting for money and, to bring Gladys' story up. I told her that I was fed up all the things she was saying, that she was telling a lie, that I didn't believe her. When she insisted that Gladys' pregnancy was that of my husband, I blocked her. So I didn't step into Nigeria and didn't suspect a thing. One day, I got a mail from an old friend in school who was wondering if I was still married to my husband. I wondered what she was talking about. I called her and she told me she had seen my husband with a woman and baby, and it was often. I decided to come to Nigeria unannounced. Gladys had taken over my house. I had a baby boy for my husband and had the support of my mother-in-law. When I recovered from the shock, my mother-in-law said it was nothing to panic about. I'd settled in Canada and Gladys was here. No one would be in anyone's way. My husband didn't have any explanation for me. Gladys was so haughty and throwing herself around the house. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it was the same Gladys. I found my way back to Canada. I couldn't do anything. I was a kept woman with no work or career prospect. The only thing that saved me was that I was very good at saving most of the money that my husband gave me in time past. Gladys became the vice president of my husband's company and she started running the business with him. At a point, my husband said that we might need to come back to Nigeria because he couldn't afford to keep us there again. He couldn't afford to keep us in Canada again. But I refused, and I struggled to make sure my children continued their schooling. I explained situations to my children, and we had to change some things. We moved to a smaller apartment. We sold off some things. Just a total readjustment, and God helped us. That was about 8 years ago. I received a mail from my husband's people recently that he had been ill and Gladys hid him from them. They said they could not access him for a long time. His mother had died 3 years before. I heard, but since no one informed me, I pretended as if I didn't hear. Anyway, he had stroke. Gladys hid him away. She tried to run the business. She made bad choices, grounded the business to a halt. She abandoned him with the boys she had for him and ran away with one of my husband's business associates. Now they want me to come back and take care of my husband and his 2 sons from Gladys. People say I should look at the good he has done. And I ask, what about the bad that he has done? I'm still deliberating on what to do. What do you think I should do? Well, I would say that you should forgive. That's me. I mean, I don't know what the viewers would say. I would say that you should forgive. I mean, your husband sent you to school, practically brought you up. You are so indebted to him, and I don't know. I think I would say forgive him. Come back to Nigeria. I mean, you can leave the children abroad. Come back to Nigeria and take care of him because he's your husband. I don't know what the viewers will say. Viewers, what do you think she should do? Do you think that she should come back to Nigeria and take care of ailing husband and Gladys' children, or she should just stay back where she is and probably get a caregiver or something for her husband? What do you guys think? I'll be in the comment section waiting to hear from you. So next time when I come your way again, my name remains Busola Dele David. Bye. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.